Micah Parsons is one of the best defensive players in the NFL right now, but recently, he shocked the entire football world by requesting a trade from the Dallas Cowboys because of the ongoing talks of a possible contract extension are going absolutely nowhere, and mostly because Jerry Jones is senile as all hell.
But this has gotten every football fan wondering, if Micah Parsons does actually get traded, where will he go?
Well, lucky for us, the NFL posted an article about the teams that could pursue Micah Parsons, and this was posted on the same day that Micah's tweet went public.
So the objective is clear. I'm going to put Micah Parsons on these 7 teams that were listed in that article for 1 season in Madden franchise mode to see how well Micah can adapt to his brand new team. Will he do good? Will he do bad? And most importantly, can any of these teams lead him to a Super Bowl? But hey, that's enough talking, and let's head into it right now. Transition!
What's up, guys? Jacob Paul, aka DigiGamer12 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Madden 25 video. And this is most likely my final Madden 25 video on the channel. Reason for it, by the time this video goes live, Madden 26 will be releasing tomorrow. So yeah, I figured out why not just end Madden 25 with a bang. In today's video, we're going to figure out where will Micah Parsons get traded to if he does get traded by the Dallas Cowboys. If you guys haven't seen my past where would they get traded to videos that I did on Brandon Ayuk and Matthew Stafford, I highly recommend you guys go check those videos out down below in the description. You're probably asking yourself, if I'm making a Micah Parsons trade video, why is Terry McLaurin not getting one? Well, that is because I feel like Terry McLaurin will get a new contract extension from the Commanders. Micah Parsons, I do not believe that's the case, because it already feels like Micah and the Dallas Cowboys have already got the Bird Bridge effect, and I feel like a contract extension at this point is not likely. But let's get this video started. We got 7 teams to deal with, starting off with the Buffalo Bills. This move can also not just make the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl contenders, but actual Super Bowl favorites, and possibly will get them over the hump of the AFC Championship game and obviously the Kansas City Chiefs. But who will Buffalo trade? That is the biggest question here. So in a potential Micah deal, possibly James Cook might get traded to the Dallas Cowboys, because the Cowboys have stated that they are trying to trade for an all-pro running back, and James Cook is in a similar situation as Micah, as James Cook and the Buffalo Bills have not agreed to a new contract extension, so he might be the one getting traded in a potential Micah deal, possibly seeing a couple firsts, maybe a second thrown in there. But we have him on the Buffalo Bills. Now, I tried to keep the ratings as similar to Madden 26 as possible. Like, we got Josh Allen as a 99 overall, got James Cook as an 89, Deion Dawkins as a 91 overall, etc., etc. But the Buffalo Bills offense is pretty good. You got Josh Allen at the helm. He can make magic happen. He can take this team very far. But the defense is the side that we're going to be focusing on today, as we got Micah Parsons as a left outside linebacker at a 97 overall, superstar X Factor. I mean, him alongside Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, Joey Bosa, like, oh my god, Matt Milano, dude, this defense is pretty stacked. This is probably one of the best defenses if Micah Parsons does get traded to the Bills. And that puts the Bills as an 85 overall with an 85 offense and 87 defense. I think the defense went up just a little bit since Micah got here, but I sense a whole bunch of sacks coming from Parsons, Greg Rousseau, and Joey Bosa. So let's send to mid-season to see how Micah Parsons can produce on his new team up to this point. Sending to mid-season, and the Buffalo Bills are 5-2, and I'm assuming they are first in the AFC East. To be honest, I kind of see that one coming. Josh Allen throwing for 2,055 yards, 15 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with a 72% completion percentage. But let's see how Micah does defensively, and he has 5 sacks, 29 total tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble. So already, he's kind of already making an impact on this team. Him and Greg Rousseau will be a deadly duo. Offense is first in the league, so I'm not really concerned about that. And the defense is 6. So already, Micah Parsons has took the Buffalo Bills defense, which is already pretty good to begin with, but he cranked that up to 11. Yeah, I have faith in the Bills to continue this hot streak. So let's send to the playoffs, and I will see you guys there. So simming to the end of the regular season, and the Buffalo Bills are at 11-6, and I believe they have won the AFC East with the Miami Dolphins close behind them at 10-7. And in the playoffs, the Buffalo Bills are the 3 seed, and we had to fight the Miami Dolphins, who are the 6th seed. But before we do that, let's see how our season went. Josh Allen threw for 4,627 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, with a 69 completion percentage. Nice. And defensively, Micah Parsons led our team in total tackles with 71. He also has 12 tackles for a loss and 13 sacks, with Greg Rousseau behind him with 11.5, and Joey Bosa at 9. Offensively, we were second, but defensively, we were the best defensive team in the league. That's got to count for something. So let's take a look at our yearly awards. Maybe we won Defensive Player of the Year. No, it went to Jeffrey Simmons, and Micah Parsons was 6th in the league. At least Micah got nominated for Defensive Player of the Year, but let's see if we can win our playoff game against the Dolphins. No, we don't. We lose 30-27, and Miami Dolphin fans, they are celebrating right now, and they are going absolutely crazy. What happened in this game? I'm very curious. We lost in overtime via a field goal. You truly hate to see it. Both Josh Allen and Tua both showed out today, even though Tua was sacked 8 times. How did the defense do? What did Micah do? Micah had 2 sacks. Greg Rousseau with 2 as well. Joey Bosa, 1.5. Matt Milano with a sack. Deion Walker, a rookie. And Cole Bishop also had a sack. So that wasn't enough to put away the Miami Dolphins. They are fighters. And they beat the AFC East champions. So Miami, at least I got you something to be excited about. Even though I highly doubt that's going to happen in real life. Let's move on to the next team. The next team in favor to land Micah Parsons are the Carolina Panthers. And the reason why the Panthers might land Micah is because their defense is god-awful, and they were so bad that they actually set an NFL record for allowing the most points in a single season. So having Micah could drastically make them better defensively. Now, I have high hopes for the Carolina Panthers this season. I believe everybody does. I want Bryce Young to take that next step at QB. Not to mention the fact that the Panthers also landed Ted McMillan in the draft, and he comes into Madden 26 as a superstar development. So having a young superstar development wide receiver can drastically improve Bryce Young to the next level. Like I said before, the Panthers defense is not pretty. If you remove Micah and just have Derek Brown and J.C. Horn, this defense would not stop a paper ball getting thrown at him, even if the guy throwing the paper ball has a weak throwing arm. That's how bad the Panthers defense is. So having Micah around could drastically improve them. Plus you got some young guys like Nick Scorton and Princely Million. I know damn well I butchered that name badly. I'm so sorry. So let's go ahead and sim to mid-season to see if Micah Parsons drastically improved the Panthers defense. And the answer is no, because we are 2-5. I just want to know what happened. Like, Bryce Young threw for 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Micah, how do you do mid-season? 34 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 4.5 sacks, and an interception. I mean, that's not terrible, but nobody else is getting to the QB at all. This might be a terrible team for Micah to go to. Remember I said I was hopeful for the Panthers at the beginning? Yeah, scratch that. They are dog water. In real life, I want them to improve. Madden thinks they're going to still suck with Micah on the team. Madden logic makes no sense, but who knows? I could be wrong. So at the end of the regular season, the Panthers went 6-11, and we were ranked 3rd in the NFC South, while the Falcons were 4-13. So I guess Panthers fans can consider that a W. At least they're not dead last. There's always a bright side, my friends. There's always a bright side. Micah didn't make it to the playoffs with the Panthers, but that's fine. Let's see how they did. Bryce Young almost threw for 3,600 yards, 31 touchdowns, 23 interceptions with a 66 completion percentage. Defense, let's see how Micah did. And Micah had 8 sacks. He had 76 tackles, 11 tackles for a loss. He had an interception. So the stats were not that great overall. Micah should not go to the Carolina Panthers. Let's move on to the next team. The next team up to bat in the Micah Parsons sweepstakes is the Chicago Bears, and they can possibly get Micah to be proven as legitimate contenders. Because think about it like this. When the Bears traded for Khalil Mack, he thrived on that defense beautifully. And Micah Parsons is no different than a 27-year-old Khalil Mack in his prime. And the Bears traded 2 firsts, a third, and a sixth to get Khalil Mack. That could be a similar trade package to get Micah. Now, the Chicago Bears have a repeated history of having a roster that looks good on paper, but ends up being massive disappointments. This has been proven time and time again, but this year, they went above and beyond. They traded for Joe Thuney. They traded for Jonah Jackson. They got Drew Dalman in free agency to improve that O-line for Caleb Williams. You drafted Luther Burden. Why is he bald? Drafted Colston Loveland. And getting Grady Jarrett to improve that D-line. And if you trade for Micah, he'll help that defense thrive even more. Because the defense looks good. The offense looks good. And I believe Ben Johnson is the man to possibly get a deal done with Jerry Jones to send Micah to the Bears so he could be, the next Khalil Mack down there. But the team is at an 85 overall with an 84 offense and an 87 defense. I'm confident that the defense is going to thrive in Madden. Real life, there might be some question marks here and there, but Madden logic makes no sense, so let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and sim to midseason to see how Micah does on the Bears at this point. So at the midseason, the Bears are 2-4. How are they 2-4? I do not understand it. Caleb Williams got over 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I am very perplexed at this moment. I can't tell if I should be mad that Caleb Williams has only had 9 touchdown passes, or should I be happy that he threw 0 interceptions at the midpoint? I don't understand, dude. Madden is so freaking stupid. But that's the offense. Let's see how the defense did with Micah, and he has 3.5 sacks. He tied with the most on the team with Deo. I am not going to try to pronounce that last name. Got 23 total tackles, 4 tackles for a loss. Not the best season from Micah. Let's see if the Bears can turn their luck around heading into the postseason. So simming to the end of the regular season, and the Bears went 5-12, missing the playoffs, and we were dead last in the NFC North. How does that make sense? How did the Bears with Micah Parsons do worse than the Panthers with Micah Parsons? I do not understand this. Madden, you do not make any sense, you stupid dumb game. So let's see how this team did. Caleb Williams, 3,388 yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I mean, that's all right. Defense, let's see how they did. Micah led the team in sacks with 9.5. He had an interception, 70 tackles, 16 tackles for a loss. He also got a forced fumble. That's pretty good. And nothing else. So Bears fans, if you're praying to get Micah, I got some bad news for you guys. I got some bad news for you. It is not going to end well. The Bears will have another disappointing season with Micah Parsons. Let's move on to the next team. I know all of you are rolling your eyes at this, but hear me out. The next team is the Cleveland Browns. I know people in the comments are going to be typing, "Oh, you're putting him on here because you're a Browns fan." No, but let me explain why this might be a possibility. We got 2 first-round picks in 2026, which involved Travis Hunter during the draft. So we can use one of our first-round picks, as well as other assets, to possibly get Micah. But yet again, we paid Myles Garrett to the max. We still have Watson plaguing our cap space, which I understand why we might not be a very valuable option for a possible trade for Micah. But imagine Micah and Myles Garrett on the same D-line. Oh, y'all are going to be scared. Y'all are going to be scared by this. But again, not out of the realm of possibility. How is Tyler Huntley our starter? I know we just signed this man not that long ago, but him being the starter of the Browns. Okay, sure. I'll take it. Literally anything better than Watson. Literally anything better than Watson. Offense doesn't look bad. Jerry Jeudy, he performed amazingly last year. I'm expecting similar production from him this year because it seems like he is the only wide receiver reliable to throw to. Of course, you got David Njoku, who I absolutely love. And then you got Deontay Johnson, who I've seen training camp footage of him, and I'm very pleased by it, but I hope he can have a very good season with us. The key word is hope. And hope is something that the Browns have not been so lucky in having. Defense, I mean, come on. We got Micah, Myles Garrett. You got Carson Schwarzenegger, who I think is going to be an absolute stud at linebacker. I think he will be an all-pro. You got Mason Graham. Oh my god. Myles Garrett, Mason Graham, and Micah Parsons on that same D-line. Name a deadlier three-headed dragon defensively in the league right now than this. I'll wait. But let's see how the Browns do mid-season with a surprise at QB with Tyler Huntley. I have low expectation at this point. So simming to mid-season, the Browns are 3-4, which honestly a lot better result from last year at the mid-season. But we are tied with the Bengals for last, but they're ahead of us. So yeah, I mean, double-edged sword over here, ladies and gentlemen. I need to see how Tyler Huntley did. 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Okay. I kind of expected, okay? I think we all kind of expected. Did not expect him at QB, but yet, here we are. This is the life I chose to live. Defensively, let's see how Micah did on the Browns in the midseason. Myles Garrett has 3 sacks, and Micah Parsons has 2. Okay, he's tied with Isaiah McGuire and Mason Graham. He also has 14 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. Yeah, not a lot of noteworthy stuff, to be honest here. I just noticed we beat the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. How did y'all let us beat you with Tyler Huntley as QB? Now let's sim to the playoffs before Eagles fans tried to kill me because I said Tyler Huntley beat them as our QB. But let's see if we make the playoffs. So at the end of the regular season, the Cleveland Browns are 7-10, and I will say this. This is a step in the right direction. I will take a 7-10 season over a 3-14 record last year. Okay? So Browns fans, we're in a step in the right direction, ladies and gentlemen. There's always a positive. But we're still dead last in the AFC North. Let's see how we did overall in the season. Tyler Huntley, 3,337 yards, 22 touchdowns to 27 interceptions. I mean, he did what you expect, really. I mean, remember, guys, he is a former Pro Bowl QB. This guy. Defensively, let's see how we did. Myles Garrett has 13 sacks. Mason Graham, 7.5. That's pretty good. Who has 3.5? Micah, you mean to tell me one season with us, Micah Parsons can only get 3.5 sacks, 24 total tackles, and 4 tackles for a loss? Madden, you are such a stupid game, I swear to God. Offense, we were 31st. And defense, top 15 defense, I mean, I'll take that at least. I highly doubt it was good enough to get Micah any votes for Defensive Player of the Year in the AFC. Myles Garrett was 5th. I mean, I'll take that, and he's my boy. I love him. So currently in the standings, the Bills are the best with Micah Parsons. We were 2nd because of our team record. So far, the Bills are the only right option for Micah, but let's see if that changes. Let's move on to the next team. The next team up is the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, look, you have Max Crosby and Micah on the same defense. This team could legit win the AFC West just by having these two on the same defense. They can dethrone the Chiefs if the Raiders have both Micah and Max Crosby. Like, who's going to stop them? But let's sim to the midseason. to see how Micah does with the Raiders at this point. So at the midseason point, the Raiders are 4-3, and they are second in the AFC West over the Broncos, who are surprisingly 1-6, and the Chargers, who are 2-4. I don't know how to explain this, but this is some like witchcraft I'm witnessing right now. Pete Carroll, your magical gum is coming through for this team again. Let's see how the Raiders are doing in the midseason. Geno, 1,356 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Ashton Jeanty, 497 yards, 6 touchdowns. This is why you need to get a head coach like Pete Carroll. He's literally stuffing Ashton Jeanty with the football. He is literally turning Ashton Jeanty into Marshawn Lynch. We are witnessing the reincarnation of beast mode. Defense, let's see how Micah did. 5.5 for Max Crosby. 1 and 1 interception. 31 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss. Like, what is going on? 16th in the league in offense, 13th for defense. Like, I don't understand why Micah got only a sack. That is puzzling. I hope Micah could turn it around. Let's send him to the playoffs to see if Micah gets his second appearance in the playoffs. So, simming to the end of the regular season, and the Raiders are 9-8. And it doesn't look like we made it to the playoffs, did we? No, we didn't. The Steelers took our spot. If they would have lost one more game, we would easily make it in. That is very disappointing. An absolute heartbreaker. Let's see how the Raiders did. 3,500 yards for Geno Smith. 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Very respectable numbers for Geno. But defense, let's see how Micah did. 15.5 for Max Crosby. Devin White, 5.5. Micah Parsons had 3 with 2 interceptions. 91 total tackles. 9 tackles for a loss. So, how did we allow Devin White to get more sacks than Micah? I know I said this before. Madden is such a dumb game. But at least the Raiders have a winning record, so that's something to be happy about if you're a Raiders fan, in my opinion. But still, the Buffalo Bills are the only team that took Micah to the playoffs. Well, let's see if our last 2 teams can take Micah back to the playoffs and even further than the wild card. And the next team up is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Take a look at how great this defense looks with Micah Parsons in it. Remember I said Myles Garrett, Mason Graham, and Micah Parsons were a deadly defensive 3-headed dragon? I think this might top it. Got Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea, and Micah Parsons. I think I might have found a new defensive 3-headed dragon. I mean, the defense looks solid. I mean, Jamal Dean's there. You got the 2 rookies, Benjamin Morrison and Jacob Parrish. Y'all brought in Hassan Reddick during the offseason. Levante David, he's still balling out even though he's a freaking grandpa. Antoine Winfield Jr., very good. And my favorite name on this team is Yaya Diaby. Also, got a strong safety who actually looks like Gollum. So let's send him to mid-season to see how Micah does on the Buccaneers up to this point. Simming to the mid-season, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 3-4. I really don't understand why, considering that they're an 87 overall with an 88 offense and an 87 defense. The Falcons are 5-2, and I have no idea why. My first guess is that they've been using too much of the Bijan. Does that mean that they are... Yep, they are first in the NFC South. At least we're second, but we're tied with the Panthers, and the Saints are beyond poverty. Let's see how this team does. Baker Mayfield, almost 1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Come on, it's Baker, okay? I have a bias towards Baker. I'm a Browns fan, damn it, okay? I love this man. Defense, let's see how Micah did. Micah has 5 sacks, leading the team. Also has 25 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, pretty good. Vita Vea, 4.5. Yaya Diaby, 3.5. Levante David got 2 sacks and an interception. Eason, 1.5. Cansey, 1. Benjamin Morrison got a half a sack and an interception. Hassan Reddick got half a sack. Winfield, half a sack and an interception. Yeah, so far, we're doing all right up to this point getting to the quarterback. Interceptions, literally everybody's out of 1 apiece. All right, let's send them to the playoffs to see if we can win the NFC South. And let's see if Micah can go to the playoffs with the Buccaneers. Simming to the end of the regular season, and the Buccaneers officially made the playoffs. Got Micah's second playoff appearance in this video, taking on the 12-5 Eagles. I have a feeling that this is not going to go over well. So we're the 6th seed in the bracket, and I just noticed that the Bills are the 3 seed taking on the Dolphins, who are the 6 seed. Literally the same placements that they were when Micah was on the Bills. You can't write a better script than this, ladies and gentlemen. You really just can't. All right, let's see how this team did. Baker Mayfield, almost 4,100 yards, 35 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Not worry about him. Baker Mayfield does Baker Mayfield things. Defense, oh, I see high sack total. 15.5 sacks from Micah Parsons is absolutely beautiful numbers right here. 55 total tackles, 8 tackles for a loss. We also got a pass deflection, which is pretty nice. Villa has 10. Just a defensive powerhouse these two are. So literally outside of Vita Vea and Micah Parsons, no one else really got to the quarterback as much. But we did garner a lot of sacks. Interceptions did pretty nicely as well in that department. Offense, we're 13th. And defense, we were 6th. We were 6th in the league, which is pretty good. Now, does that give us any defensive player of the year votes in the NFC? Let's see. Micah Parsons was 8th. I forgot what he was on the Bills, but the fact that he got nominated is pretty good. He should be a lot higher, you know? He really should. I mean, 15.5 sacks on the Bucs is crazy. He really took that defense to a whole new level. Now, the moment of truth. Can we beat the Eagles in the wild card? Do we actually have a chance? Yes, we did. We beat them 30-21. What happened? I need to see this. I need to see what happened. Defense. Micah, what did you do? Micah Parsons had 3 sacks. Oh my god. I think we found the winner. So now we're taking on the 49ers in the divisional, and I see that the Bills were able to defeat the Dolphins without Micah. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is then. We share the same record as the Niners. We have the much better stats overall. Can we go to the NFC Championship game? Yes, we did. 42-30. We are in the NFC Championship game against the 13-4 Green Bay Packers. What did Micah do, you crazy SOB? Let's see. What did he do? Did he have the same sack total as he did? Micah's the only one who got a sack. I can't tell if I should be happy that Micah got a sack in a crucial playoff game, or should I be disappointed that nobody else on our defense did anything? Now it all comes down to this. Can we go to the Super Bowl? Let's hope and pray. Yes, we did, guys. We made it to the Super Bowl. And look who we're fighting in the Super Bowl. So y'all made the Super Bowl without Micah, huh? I see how it is now. This is literally fate. This is literally like fate right now, brother. So we beat the Packers 24-13. And what happened? Like, Baker Mayfield balled out beautifully. But what happened over here? 7 tackles, tackle for a loss, literally nothing. It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Can Micah Parsons lead the Buccaneers to a Super Bowl against the first team that we tried this experiment on in this video, the Buffalo Bills? Let's find out right now. Alright, not playing, we're just watching. Buffalo, they scored first. Come on. Team score. Nice. Come on, Baker. I believe in you. Oh, we score back. 17-14. Literally, I'm praying for a miracle, guys. Started my words. My God. We're up by 1. We're up by 1. Come on, guys. Come on. Hold the lead. And yes! The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are Super Bowl champions. Oh, my God. Micah Parsons is a Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Holy crap, guys. Let's go. And funny enough, it was against the first team in this video. Baker, you earned this ring, buddy. Another Lombardi is coming home to Tampa Bay. And oh my God, guys. I did not expect to win the Super Bowl. What happened in this game? Baker Mayfield, he is the clutchest SOB I have ever seen. taking the Buccaneers to a Super Bowl and winning it, being a Super Bowl champion. That's great. What did Micah do? Levante David got an interception. That's great. And wait, he only got 2 total tackles. He didn't do anything. I mean, who cares? Super Bowl win, you know? That's all we're looking for in this video. But don't worry, we still got one more team left. And the final team in this video is the Washington Commanders. Not gonna lie to you guys, I don't think Micah's gonna go here. And the reason why I think they put the Commanders in this article is because they took so many Cowboys players and personnel. Literally, they took Dorrance Armstrong, Tyler Baez, Dan Quinn, their head coach that made the NFC Championship game. Imagine they took Micah. But again, I don't think that's happening at all. Micah Parsons is very loyal to the Cowboys. He said he wants to be a Cowboy for life. Why would he join a division rival like the Commanders? But who knows? Here's something that's bugging me, guys. Every single franchise I do, sim right into the regular season. Meaning training camp is skipped. Preseason skipped. How is Josh Connolly Jr. got 21 skill points? Literally, every single franchise I do, this guy is juiced up to the max. Like him and I think Jalen Walker of the Falcons. I don't understand this. Literally, like when I hit auto upgrade, he becomes a 95 overall rookie right tackle. How does that make any sense, guys? I need answers. On the plus side, it doesn't look like Jaden Daniels is going to be worrying about his offensive line anytime soon because they look great. Especially that right side because holy crap, Stan Cosme and a 95 overall rookie. I mean, the defense with Micah on it looks alright, I'll say the least. You got him at left outside linebacker. Frankie Louvu is pretty solid. You also got Bobby Wagner still kicking it as a grandpa. You even got an even older grandpa at Von Miller, who y'all signed not too long ago. This team is good. I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl and have a miracle run like the Bucs did, because that was completely unexpected. But I do think they're going to go to the playoffs at least. If they don't, then we can confirm that Madden is a very dumb video game franchise. Oh wait, we already knew that already. Alright, let's sim to the midseason to see how Micah does with his rival, the Commanders. We are 2-5. An 88 overall team with a 91 offense, 85 defense is 2-5. Literally got no words to describe this, guys. We were 16th in offense. Defense, we were 12th. We almost got a top 10 defense. Why are we 2-5? Jaden Daniels, oh my god, 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. The sophomore slump is real, guys. Defense, what happened? Micah got 1.5 in an interception. It's not good when Micah gets an interception, apparently. Because every single time Micah gets an interception, the team doesn't go to the playoffs. I do not understand this. Micah, generate pressure, damn it. Hopefully they can turn it around. Let's sim to the playoffs one last time to see if the Commanders can somehow pull off a miracle and make it to the playoffs. So our final season in this video, the Washington Commanders are 8-9. This is a very disappointing season for the Washington Commanders. And we let the Giants surpass us? Oh, you know damn well it's bad. Funny enough, we beat the Cowboys in Week 18. So at least Micah got his revenge at least. What happened here? Jaden Daniels threw for almost 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, but threw 18 interceptions. Very disappointing season for Jaden Daniels. 18 interceptions is totally unacceptable. Defense, what happened? Deron Payne led the team in sacks, whereas Micah 1.5 sacks, got 98 tackles. I think that's like the most we've seen, but 4 interceptions. Literally, 1.5 sacks for Micah Parsons is just pitiful. Which makes sense why he's not going to go to the Commanders. Because if Micah does get traded from the Cowboys, he is going to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are the winners of this experiment. He won a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. It just makes the most sense. The end goal is a Super Bowl, and that's what Tampa Bay did. So, Todd Bowles, or whoever, pick up the phone, call Jerry Jones, and get a deal done. You're welcome, Tampa Bay. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Got videos popping up on screen right now, similar to this video. If you like this video, go check out these other two. They are totally worth your time. But It's your boy, the Jigga Gamer 12. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bells, and I'll see you all in the very next one. Peace!